All right. Hello and welcome, friends.
Hi.
Okay, let's see. So, right out of the gate, we've got floods in the southeast. We have all the ports in America shut down due to a labor strike. The whole world's throwing missiles at each other. Soon we got to pick between two clowns to lead this shit show for the next 4 years. And my butt itches. So, this is the future.
Unfortunately.
I'm telling you. How you doing, man?
Did you did you say floods and all that and hurricanes? Is that there are so many unfortunate things you just said? Like I got lost.
Well, I mean, this is all shit I woke up to this morning. So,
Right.
good morning.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In all
Isn't that weird?
seriousness, we
Yeah.
thought we would start out heavy and then try to ramp it up and be positive by the end. So, um, because that shit really is going on. Like I said, in all seriousness, there are people in the Southeast totally decimated. Towns are gone. People are cut off. In Asheville, North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, there's no bridges. They're all out. Those people are literally cut off from the world. Um,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
seriously, that just sucks straight. I've been through floods. I'm not talking out of my ass. I've been through floods and hurricanes myself. It's just crazy how quickly a natural disaster, even with all the technology and resources that we have, knock us right back into the Stone Age
Yeah.
so fucking quickly. I work on the phones. I handle customers when they don't have cell phone service. We actually dealt with a situation on Monday, not related to the storms or anything, just service went out. 1 in 4 people didn't have service. It's crazy how many people found a way to call us on another person's phone and tell us that it was out. That was just a sense of chaos. You know what I mean? People were going nuts just over not having cell phone service. They weren't even impacted by the hurricanes. Never mind people who running out of gas, don't have electricity, running out of clean water.
Mm-hmm.
So, thought we would start the show by acknowledging all the hell that most people are going through. And on top of that, all the ports in America, the people who unload the ships have gone on strike. So, if that continues on, in the next couple of days, prices of everything will get much higher than what they are right now.
Right.
So we can all look forward to that. I will say this though, that is a good time to throw a labor strike. Just saying, with all this
Yeah.
shit going on. And then apparently, I get this part confused, but as far as the desert is concerned over there, excuse my ignorance, Iran and they're back at it with their holy war, and they started throwing missiles at each other. So
Oh, good.
between that, I
Well,
mean, we're all, and we've already sent more of our fighters to go assist in this process, so we're involved.
doesn't it? We always got to be involved for with shit like. And it's only I feel like most of it is just to save face, really.
I
Like
don't know what's going on, but
you
this
know,
is
like
only a Wednesday.
like I get it. People need help, and we need to pick a side and everything. But man, it's just there's countries that don't get involved. Is all I'm saying. It's all.
I hate to be dark here, but I really do kind of see like a way this could be an ending and a rebirth. But I think it's going to get rough. I think we're already heading. I think the coaster already went over the hill,
Yeah.
and we haven't got to the bottom yet. I think I think we're really going to deal with some shit between just ourselves acting like fools as humans, and then the Earth being like, "Watch this, motherfucker."
Hmm.
We're dealing with that.
It's a
So
yeah.
yeah,
It's just like it just sucks because there's all that shit you just listed. You know, labor strike. The Earth is mad at us. We're tearing each other apart. Bombs. Idiots trying to be presidents. Uh, and then then we got to deal with our own shit in our own lives. Like you're
right.
like you're like, oh, my butt itches. Well, that's real. Like I got a rash, man. Like
I
like
got a rash.
like there's all this shit going on, and then you're like, fuck, my feet hurt. Like you got
Yeah.
like.
I love how you and I always connect. I was like, I get it.
Yeah, man. Like this.
If we had Southern accents, this would really work. The shit that we say, if we just said it with a that deep twang. Hey man, the world's on fire. People are throwing missiles. People are on strike. Clowns are trying to get into office.
My feet
See, it's
hurt.
funny. My butt hurts.
my butt hurts.
My butt itches. Mildred, get me some of that cream.
Get your big butt back in the kitchen, god damn it.
We're gonna have us some raccoon stew.
I didn't say that. Cletus said that. Who said it through me? Cletus.
Yeah,
So
we're in character. Right?
I can't be held accountable. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as you go into character, all bets are off. It happens. All right, so now we can just keep climbing up.
How are you, Tony?
I mean, honestly, even like I said, that's just the shit if you turn your phone on. I'm fine. Like, I'm good. I actually been having fun the last couple of nights. And I gotta be honest with you, not to sound cheesy, but Alex was there, he knows. We got to hang out yesterday and go record shopping and shit. And I took a day off from work, and those days are precious. So it was not a wasted day. Definitely had fun buying records and eating fucking jalapenos, because that was that caught me off guard. Allergic, not good with the old jalapenos, the old jalapenos.
You're such a honky.
Such a honky.
Yeah.
I like Italian food. I'm not even Italian, but that's my excuse. Like, I'm Italian. So I'm not, but I mean, I am.
But
I can't handle it.
You're eating tacos from a burrito cart made by Mexicans, Mexican food, and you're like, it's spicy. This isn't normal. It's hot.
Well, it's not normal, because if you just put the sauce on it, you don't just make your shit hot and assume everybody's into it. You let them pick sauces, and then they pick how hot they want it.
Well, I mean, it's Mexican food. It's gonna be spicy, no matter what.
Just because it didn't say Taco Bell, I still treat it like a Taco Bell. All right, I'm an American. I need American tacos. American hot sauce.
You're an American that went to a not Taco Bell taco cart. You went to.
Do you see me carrying around a bottle of fucking Cholula? No, because I don't like hot shit.
You went to the cart, Tony. I don't know what to tell you.
You said let's get tacos.
I said let's get burritos.
Where am I going to put a burrito? In my pocket? I can't finish a burrito. I barely did 2 tacos.
If you look at the sky and expect it to be blue, it's blue. If you look at the grass and expect it to be green, it's green. If you go get a taco shop from a taco truck, it's probably gonna be spicy because it's Mexican. Right. It's Mexican food. It's exactly what it's supposed to be.
All right. So here's what I think happened with those tacos. Because there was only 3 or 4 pieces of jalapeno, because you watched them pick me out on the second taco. Mm-hmm. There was only a little bit. So I think it was a mistake. I don't think he meant to do it. I think he feels bad inside for making a taco with surprise jalapeno bits in there. And I'm okay with it. I hope he got over it. That's all. I'm worried about the creator of the taco, who accidentally could have killed me, but he didn't.
I have sympathy for your white ass and all that, but I just gotta let you know it's exactly how it was supposed to be. 100%. 100%.
I'm a pussy. I finished my tacos.
I mean, you did. You definitely finished it. But
I just picked shit out of it. That's all.
I just thought it was funny. Like, this is hot. It's jalapenos in there. Well.
No. All right. For everyone out there, it wasn't the first bite. It wasn't the 7th bite. It was like the 9th bite, and I got a piece of jalapeno in the right spot in my teeth, and flavor explosion in my mouth of, a fire, a 5-alarm fire. Wee wee, like there's a fire in my mouth. It hurt and it tingled. Why is it tingly? Why does it have to? Why can't it just be hot? Why does it have to? Zzz?
It's getting you. It's buzzing you. That's what it does.
It's like electricity in my mouth.
Yeah.
And never mind this is not related, but I mean, I used to work at the taco joint, and they prepped all the food, and those little orange habaneros, the oils in those things there's something, boy. That is something else. If you take some of that oil and rub it on your eye.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Fuck. So I respect hot shit. I just did not see that coming. It was an accident. For all
That's what I'm
people involved.
laughing. That's what I'm laughing about is that you didn't see it coming.
How many fucking tacos have I eaten with you and not been like, it was an accident. He knew what he did.
Tony, it's Mexican food.
I know what the fuck it is.
Mexican food.
I know. But I also know I've had a shitload of tacos, and it's not every day. I'm like, hot, 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 hot.
Oh man,
He knows this. He knows this. He knows it. And I don't understand why American beer, like the other part of that equation was, how is it every time I order the most plain Jane thing on the menu, it still tastes like camel piss?
because there's just different levels of camel piss. You know what I mean? There's camel light. There's.
Why can't these fucking places just have Pabst? Just
I know. I wish they did. I would order, a Pabst, a Rainier, a Tecate, a Hams, whatever.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So why is a pint $7 and it tastes like camel piss when we can just have, the old school?
I agree. I agree with you on there. It's like I don't really like that kind of beer. Like I like it, but I know I'm only going to drink a half of one or a full one. Other than that, it's just like it's too many hops. You know what I mean? It's too much added
I
shit.
think it's just too. I wanted to hop right the fuck out of there. I didn't like it. I was upset. I had 15 and a half ounces to go.
Oh man.
But hey, you know what? We're not naming the place. We're all right. We're not doing food reviews here, people.
And like you mentioned, we went to a record store, got some records. What records did you end up getting, Tony?
So I ended up with the OC's newest album. Whatever. I'm not really plugging it here, but I guess I am. Orcs or Sorks. It's got a fucking praying mantis on it. It's a very cool cover. I have a lot of OC's records. I had to have this one. I've been listening to it. Brand new. Highly recommend. And then I also picked up Cortex. I don't remember the name of the album, but as you know, you were there. I went and asked the dude if they had it, and I felt like such a fucking like dork after that. Like, because I asked him, I was like, "Hey, man, if you have Cortex in here, where would it be?" And he's like, "Hang on," and I was like, "Okay, Captain Enthusiasm." So he goes in. I've like, instead of hanging on, I followed him because that's how I was like. I like to know where shit is. It's like, oh, I couldn't find it. Where was it? And so he goes, he weaves his way through this fucking labyrinth of record store, and he pops into this door I'm not allowed to go in. So I'm like, shit, I wasn't going to check back there. He comes back and he's like, this one. I'm like, that's it. And he's like, here. Like, I'm like, so many people asking for it, you just hit it? Like, I don't understand. You think you'd put it right up front if it was popular. Or maybe it was the last copy and he was going to take it home. I don't know.
Maybe,
he was pretty pissed off. But it's an older French jazz fusion album, and the reason that I've gone nuts for it is I got to see them live at the venue like a month or two ago. They had it on purple vinyl and it sold out, and darn it, I couldn't get one at the show, so I had to buy it. And I've already listened to it 4 or 5 times. It's so fucking smooth. So
you value colored vinyl a lot, don't you?
Well, it's like this. I think I'm this kind of guy that's like kind of like there's a collector in me. Like you collect toys. I've always collected. I used to collect Marvel cards when I was a kid. If there's something out there that's like hard to get, I kind of like to try to get it. You know what I mean? Like, and if there's colored vinyl, it's a bonus, really. I mean, especially if you see a record for $35.
Yeah.
And you're like, Christ. And then it's like blah blah blah, purple blood splattered vinyl. It's like,
yeah,
it ups the value in my mind if it's 30, because some of this shit's really expensive. And I'm like, all right, well, if it's colored vinyl, if it's got this, then maybe it's worth it. And so, I will buy them. And I'm hoping that one day maybe someone will resell the shit when I'm dead if they don't like the records. And then it'll be up the resale value for them. Right.
I get that. No, I mean, I like it too. I was just, I know that you do, so I was trying to get the reason out. That makes sense. I mean, it's just, you're right. Vinyl is really expensive, like fucking expensive. And
It is now.
so like I guess if there's another reason, like you said, it makes it a little worth it. Like, it was $35, but at least it looks cool. So you could throw that reason in for the reason why it being so expensive. But it's funny, like collecting vinyl, because I have quite a bit nowadays, and I got 4 records yesterday, and yeah, it's like the thing. Like I like listening to vinyl. Like I think it's fun. It's I like looking at the cover, pulling it out. If there's a booklet, if there's a poster, like it's fun.
Right.
But I do understand that there's a lot easier way to listen to music nowadays. And you don't need to collect vinyl. You know, like
no.
Yeah, like you were saying, like it's a double. Like we were looking at Windhand yesterday. We were talking. You're like, oh, it's like a double vinyl. Like you gotta like get up every song or every other song and go flip the record or change the record, and reality, like I said just a second ago, there's an easier way to listen to music.
Well, the point to that is I'm getting kind of picky about my records, and a lot of people when these companies now they sell the gatefold record, and they put when they split an album. Apparently, an album can hold 48 minutes of music. For one vinyl, one record can hold 48 minutes of music. Now, some bands will have 52 fucking minutes on their album, and they'll split it. They have to split it. So then now they have 4 sides instead of 2, which some people think that helps the album, whatever, it's better. I don't think it's better. I only want to get up one fucking time to flip the record. It's true that album I just bought yesterday, that French, it's just 2 sides. And I love that because it's fucking great. I don't have to it has a flow to it. If you interrupt it too many fucking times, it just sounds like you're flipping it over to hear another song. You got to flip it for every song. Like the Windhand record, the last song was 14 minutes or some shit, and that was it. That was side D. Yeah. You got to flip it over, and then 14 minutes later, you got to get the fuck up again, do something else. So it's not very relaxing. And it costs more. A double vinyl usually costs 40, 50 bucks. That was 40 bucks.
I got a Meshuggah record yesterday, and it was expensive. It was like that. And because it was a double vinyl.
Right. Yeah, it's just, I guess I'm becoming a snob, first world problems, but still.
Well, as humans, we have something to complain about, Tony. Whether or not it's a self-inflicted complaint that we make as humans. But we got to have them. So,
right.
I got a Cattle Decapitation record. It's called Karma Bloody Karma. And then I got a Meshuggah album. It's called Chaos Fear. Then I got Dying Fetus, which is what is it called? It's called Stop at Nothing. It's an older album, really old. And then I got Van Halen, Fair Warning. And so I looked down. I just had a handful of Satan,
and it was fast too. It was like there was free pussy at the sex parade. You were just handfuls. I was like, wow. It's like, is that candy coming off a parade float? What is? Oh, that's 4 records in 5 minutes. Nice job.
Well,
I get paid tomorrow. That's what he said. I think I get paid tomorrow. I'm like, well, we're buying this shit today. And how that works for you.
Honestly, I got 4 records, and it was. I mean, this sounds like a lot because it is, but it's where you're buying vinyl. We're buying vinyl here, so it's expensive. Like it was under $100.
Right.
That's pretty decent nowadays for records. And newer records. The Van Halen one wasn't a new record, obviously, but recent prints. Let's just say. But you and I had there was a funny interaction at the counter at the record store. We were checking out. Tony went first. He bought his records, blah blah blah, paid for them. I was right after him. Set my records down. The guy was looking at him. He was like, "Do you play guitar?" And I'm like, "Nah." And he's like, "1 second." He's looking around in these drawers and stuff. And I was like, "What's up?" He's just like, "Oh, we used to have some Van Halen guitar picks. I was going to give you one." And it said that or it was an Eddie Van Halen guitar pick, and I think it had like the cover of Fair Warning on it, and then it said Eddie Van Halen or something he was saying, and I was like, oh, no worries, man. And then he saw the Dying Fetus record I bought, and I was wearing a Dying Fetus shirt, and he goes, oh, you get that half off because you're wearing the shirt. And I'm like, oh, cool. And he starts typing things in, and he's like, oh, never mind. That was a record store I worked at 10 years ago. So really, I know you feel like I was getting more love or whatever, but honestly, you had it work best because you were in and out. I got let down twice by this old man. He let me down twice. He's like, oh, I could get you a guitar pick that says Eddie Van Halen in it. Cool. Oh, wait, can't find it. Never mind. You could get that record for half off because you're wearing the shirt. No, I'm just too old and burnt out, and I forgot that I'm not working at the record store that I used to work at 10 years ago. So really, you had it better because I got let down twice.
Okay, all right, okay. So I like that perspective. You're not wrong. That's your perspective. So here's my perspective. Okay, I went up and bought my shit from him, and he said nothing to me except, "This is your total. There's your receipt." As soon as you walk up, Mister, I'm Portland, fucking Oregon, he opens up like a goddamn flower. He's just like, "Oh shit! You're buying this record? Let me see. Oh, let me do some extra shit for you. Oh, I can't. Oh, well, it didn't work out. But he talked to you. He would have given you a fucking back massage. This is like Portland. You are Portland. Your Portland loves you. Me? Fuck no. It's just like I told you that time. I had a picture up of you and me on a dating site, and I was in Portland. And the chick says, "Hey, not you, but is your friend available?"
Yeah,
Like every once in a while you say, "Hey, look, I have friends, everybody. This is why I put this picture on a dating site." I put him in there. We're total opposites. She's like, "Hey, what's his name?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here." That's exactly what happened to me yesterday. Same thing. "What's up, loser? Pay your fucking money." Alex shows up. "Hey, high five, motherfucker. How you doing? You want a back massage? I'll suck your dick." Like, what the fuck is going on here? What am I? Just a cash paying asshole? Like, I got personality too, damn it. Like, fuck.
I gotta admit something to you, Tony.
Oh no.
That picture that you just brought up with the dating site and everything. I feel like that's a thing I won, and I feel it's like I've never won anything in my life, but every time you bring that up, I'm like, that's really funny. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have to be honest. I know I feel kind of like a dick in a way, but it makes me feel good. I'm sorry. I don't know I'm just being honest.
It should. It should make you feel good. You live in the right place. You're around the right people. They accept you. Even if they see you from afar, they want you. They didn't see me. They're like, "Who's that skinny thing this handsome stud is standing next to? Why is he wasting his time with that pale horse? He is such a beautiful stallion of a man."
That's not any way true at all. But thank you.
In Portland, it is.
I don't know if it is.
Dude, you're the opposite. I am skinny, my tattoos are hidden, and I reflect the sun. You are a beautiful, blossoming Mexican of a man you're beautiful because you have meat on your bones. You have tattoos of knives that prove you know how to cook on your body. You're telling these women, "I am all about your crazy outfits, your food-loving ways. Bring it to me. I'm cool. I have the same piercings as you. We are ready to fuck." Like, you're good. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm a terrorist." And they're like, "Fuck yeah, you are. Get away from me." That's how I felt after that altercation, that situation at the record store. Just slap across the face.
No, but I felt like you got away better. I'm just telling you. At least you didn't get let down. I got let down twice. But I got let down twice because this fucking 65-year-old senile fucking burnout that has smoked too many pots in his life. He was wearing a fucking bandana, fucking colorful bandana, fucking tie-dye. Who's burnout? Me. He's fucking wearing a tie-dye bandana. It's got 3 teeth. I guarantee you, he's seen the Grateful Dead more than 10 times. They could look at that old man and be like, "Yeah, you've been there lots." He couldn't remember what if he was in the building of a record store that he used to work at 10 years ago.
I
That's what he said. He was like, "Oh, that was a record shop that I used to work at 10 years ago, not this one."
Right, but he still chose to give you the Golden Glove treatment, and all he gave me was the finger. So I
Yeah.
think you're right, but he tried with you. He didn't even say shit about a discount to me. He's just like, I could have been fucking bare chested. He'd be like, I don't give a fuck. You're paying full price and then some. Like, here you go. It's like Cheers, the show. You
Mm.
walk into the bar and everyone's like, everybody knows your name. And then I walk into the bar and they're like, are you lost? Like, no, I'm not lost. I'm fucking thirsty.
Uh, it's funny because I don't like see it that way, and I don't.
I
I
know.
still,
I'm just embellishing for humor here, but it is
yeah,
like kind of funny. I mean,
yeah.
I feel that way in Portland in general because I don't fit in, and I haven't fit in a lot of places because as soon as I fit in, I move. It's no one's fault. I'm not pointing the finger crying. I'm just like, this is funny. I'm always going to be that. I'm going to be a camel at a horse party. That's just the way it is. Like, what's a fucking camel doing here? Like, I don't know, but he's cool. He's just got a hump, but he's all right. That's me. So it was fun at the record store. I'm glad that happened, and I wish you would have seen me almost get my face taken off by the city bus because that was pretty
Oh, I
fucking cool.
did. I was looking right at you.
I was like, oh, my nose.
Yeah.
Jesus. She was like, you can go. And then she took off as soon as I walked towards the car door. I was like, holy shit, I'm out of
Yeah,
here.
no, she wanted
She
to
wanted,
murder you.
see, that guy, he called. He's like, hey, you're coming up the street in the bus? This guy's coming out. He doesn't belong here. Kill him. And she was like, you got it, Mr. Burned Out Record Store Man. I'm on my way. And she tried to hit me with the city bus. They're trying to get me. They're trying to clear the ranks. I understand. Just kidding.
It's beautiful.
I am. Let me see here. I did want to mention this, but I do want you to tell your wrestling shit. So I'm going to try and be quick here.
Oh, no, go for it.
But I told Alex about this last night. I took an extra day off work. The main reason is that at the small venue I work at, they booked a bigger act than usual, and everyone. And long story short, they booked Jack White. Most people that I've told don't know who the fuck I'm talking about. So I guess he's not that popular, but he is a rock and roll musician, and he played our 1,000-seater venue. And I don't like. I would say I'm 50-50 on him. I don't really own any of his music on vinyl. I don't have anything on vinyl. But he's the singer of the White Stripes, the Rack on Tours, the Dead Weather. He has his own shit. I might feel like I'm missing one of his whatever his projects.
Yeah,
But in
I
any
don't
case,
know.
he put on a clinic. Long story short, he had the drummer from the Rack on Tours. He had some of his friends. He just wanted to play smaller venues. He posted the date, the show 4 days before it happened. So no one knew it was going to happen. They said we're going to have a show on Friday. On Saturday, they sold the tickets. They had the show on Monday. And he's, for a musician that can sell a 7,000 seat venue, for him to do this for a 1,000-seater was pretty cool.
Right.
But when we are an old high school. And so people come to our venue because it's unique and we have good reviews. We treat people well. So he comes out and our boss for the night is like, do not look at Jack White. Don't look at him. And I'm like, I came in late, like, as I had another job. So I come in and they're like, just don't look him in the eyes. And I'm like, the fuck are we seeing tonight? Elvis? Like, this is crazy. And we had double the security in there. And so he's that guy that said that is across the way. So he's kind of I'm like, all right, so he doesn't want us looking at him. So I was looking at him anyway. We all were, that kind of thing. But he came out and I've never seen anyone open with this energy the way he did. Only Jack White could do this. But he's got he actually looks like he's in high school. He's got like a leather jacket on, cool pants. He's got old school Converse on. And he comes out. He's already got his guitar ready to go. And he's like, Washington High School. Washington High School. Washington High School. I'm your principal now. I'm like, holy fuck. This guy just came in here and screwed everybody. This is great. He just jumped the fuck over. It was great. He came in. This is my house. And he just destroyed for like an hour and 45 minutes. Didn't slow down. When you listen to him play live on the records, there's time for naps.
Right.
But not live. and not 6 feet away from him. I was just like, this is fucking great, man. Like, even the people who paid to be there weren't that close to him. So it was like
Right.
you could feel that fuck you, let's rock and roll energy, like a wave kind of came off of him a little bit. It was like, this is fucking cool. And funny thing with me and my luck, there's two songs that he played that I really like. And during both of them, and only during both of them, did I have to escort people out.
Oh man.
So I've realized that every time I work in the room, usually they'll put me in there because they know I like the band or if I ask. Otherwise, it's Mr. Check IDs all day long. So I'm fucking in the room for these bands that I like, and this has happened maybe 10 times now, that every time I have to help someone out of the room, I'm helping them leave to one of my favorite songs.
Right.
Like, it's just like, God damn it. Yeah. So I had to escort one person out. I don't even know why we were escorting him out. I thought we were kicking him out. So I grabbed a hold of him like they were dead deer and drug him the fuck out. Come to find out, she just needed some fresh air. I was like, sorry.
Sorry, you're gone.
You're out. You wanted out. You got out. See,
Bye.
Phil taught me, I thought I told you this yesterday, but our friend Phil taught me something about my build versus people bigger than me, that I'm effective in crowds because I'm little. So I can get through people better and blaze a trail. So knowing that, and knowing that I'm not the strongest guy in the room, because last night I had a guy who was out, and during Boris, last night was Boris, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
During Boris, this guy, I saw this guy going down. I saw him. I watched him. I knew he was going down. It's like a tree in the wind. The roots came out of the ground. He fell over. So I went up to him, and all these drunk people were trying to hold him up. And I'm like, hey, I'm security. I'll help him. And so he's standing up, and I'm like, I got you. Come on. And they just, let's go. It's dead weight. There's 200 pounds. Like, I immediately went to the ground with him. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, a little help, buddy. Come on. So I got my flashlight, and I'm like flashing the other guy. And he comes over, and he's a big fucker. He's like, rup, rup. I'm just like, so I was like, you know what? You tow him. I put my hands together and my flashlight in the middle. And I just went like this. And I cut right through everybody, man, like a ship going through ice. I was like, yeah. And it worked. I was like, you know what? I don't need to carry these fuckers. I'm 40 some years old. I have arthritis in my back. My shit hurts. I have to stretch just to walk in the morning. You pick them up. I'll get you out the door.
Right.
So, yeah, I've been doing that. But all my favorite songs, I'm helping people out the room.
Well, maybe it's giving you the extra oomph, It's giving you that, Friday Night Light sort of, feel like your song's playing.
Right.
And you're like, you're ready to go. Make that fucking pass.
Seven Nation Army couldn't put your fucking hands up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hold me back.
See, it's that. It's giving you that fucking Eminem fucking one shot. Got one of fucking.
Don't throw up on me. Don't you throw up. Keep your mouth shut. You only get one.
Yeah, I got the shot right at my feet.
I'll just go check IDs now. So yeah, White Stripes kicked ass. Jack White knows how to make an entrance, and real fast, Boris. When we saw him with the Melvins, that's all I really wanted to see. So Boris doing it all on their own, and they're on a 25th anniversary right now. I couldn't tell you one song they played. They really remind me of Sleep meets the Melvins.
Yeah.
They got that going on. But when they're both on the kit, playing, the double drums and all that shit, they really are good at the peaks and the valleys. Fantastic show to work. And honestly, one of the best days at work I've ever had.
They had two drummers?
Well, the lead singer drums, and then they have the main drummer with the big kit on the risers. But then the lead singer has a kit, and half the time he's singing or doing his stuff, and the other half he's on the kit with his back to the audience. So both drummers face each other, except the main drummer's up higher.
Okay, I got it. Because when we saw them open for Melvins, it was or they played last or whatever happened when they were playing with the Melvins. They switched on and off. They never had two drummers at once.
Oh, that's what I thought. I wasn't sure because I was like, I don't remember this setup, but the one faces the other one literally. Like he's facing the kit with his back to the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool, and he's on there half the time.
Because I know he sings a lot when he drums, but there's also times when another drummer comes out from the shadows and he just sings. So
All
that's
four of
cool.
them were on stage the whole time, and
Man, that's
he
cool.
played the kit.
That's rad.
Yeah, it was a good show. So tell me about wrestling.
Yeah. I went to a local, an independent wrestling show. It was at the Roseland Theater here in Portland, and it's called Prestige. They're a local promotion that happens. I think they put on shows pretty regularly. I don't know exactly how much regularly, but they do it enough, and they do a good job. And it's called Prestige, like I said, and they have other wrestlers from other organizations. Like they have wrestlers that have competed in the WWE, wrestlers that are in another organization, a big organization, almost about as big as the WWE, called AEW, and other smaller ones like NXT, TNA, like other throughout the country. And I have to tell you, it was the funnest thing I think I've ever been to. Like, it was like we were so it was at the Roseland. If you've ever been to the Roseland, just picture it. Picture this. They had the balcony where we were, and we were standing, and there was also people sitting down below. There was people standing, and then in front of them there was people in metal chairs sitting down around the ring. Probably like the front row of the chairs, they could reach out and touch the ring without even trying. Like it was right there. And then there was like VIP section, and they were sitting in chairs on the stage. So, and I feel like we were in the best spots for watching it because we were standing, but we were leaning against the wall or a pole or whatever, and we were kind of like bird eye view, like we were like seeing right down, so we could see everything. And there had to be probably around 10 matches, give or take, maybe 8 to 10 matches, and every single one was fun. Like it was, they like followed the pro wrestling book to a T. Like there was a baby face, a good guy, a heel, a bad guy, and they played it up to like, it's hard to go through all of it, but I'll just go through my 2 favorite matches. It was the last 2. The second to the last match was this like big guy, huge, like probably like 420, probably at 400, around 400 pounds, like big dude, but like my height, but huge. And his name was Tankman. I don't know if that was his first or last. I think maybe he just went by Tankman, but he was a big guy. He was wearing like a blue Speedo, and he was such a big guy that his whole name, Tankman, could fit on his ass, and there was room on either side. Like, that's where it said his name, right on his ass, Tankman, and then there was definitely a lot more room. And he was going up against like this kind of like muscular dude that was probably like 6'4", like, like in shape dude. And Tankman was see, the smaller shows, they bring in champions from other like indie promotions or wherever.
Right.
So there was other people that had belts from whatever organization that they're from, and he had a belt from whatever, from whatever. And so they were putting that belt on the line. And Tankman ended up, he won. But what I liked about him, I like big guys that could do athletic shit. Like Chris Farley, John Belushi, that sort of thing. Like people that are fat but are over here doing cartwheels and shit. Like this guy, Tankman, did a backflip off the top rope, backflip off the top rope, and landed on the guy like the guy was on the ground, and Tankman did a backflip and landed his chest onto that guy.
Wow.
And they went out of the ring a couple of times, like throwing each other out of the ring, like they're telling the audience, get the fuck out of the way, and then they would throw each other onto the chairs. So he did that, threw the guy on the chairs, got back in the ring, launched himself on the ropes, started running, and went through the top and second rope. This big guy, 400 pounds in between, like this, shot himself like this, through the top and second rope, onto the other guy, and they smashed into the metal chairs. And
Fuck.
and what makes professional wrestling like really fun is when the audience get involved. They know who the heel is, they know who the baby face is. They boo, they cheer, and they chant. There's certain like wrestling chants that happen in professional wrestling, like this is awesome, like like holy shit, or like there's fuck you, like fuck you, like. And the main event was one guy that was in the WWE for a couple of years, and one guy that was also in there and is in AEW at the moment, I think. And the guy out of the two, the heel, the bad guy, was my favorite because he was like a champion in another organization, and he played the heel to the T. Like everyone hated him, and in the audience there's these like signs, like these pieces of paper that said his name. His name's Alan Angels, and it says Alan Angels sucks. And everyone was holding it up when he came out, But he definitely passed them out to the audience before, or he printed them out and gave them to the audience for sure. Like he was like part of it. And there's an announcer in the ring announcing the wrestlers. Announced the good guy, and then they went to go announce him, and everyone was booing, and he leaned over to an announcer like this, and the announcer's like, I don't want to say this, but Alan Angels, Portland's favorite wrestler. And then everyone like went bananas, was like, boo, boo. And he's like going like this. Like, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And it's just so, I love that. Like he went over and told, hey, introduce me as Portland's favorite wrestler. And
that's cool.
He has like he has a mustache, and everyone was like, started a chant, shave your mustache. And he was just going up to the audience members and going, licking his mustache, and then he was grabbing the Alan Angel sucks signs and like rubbing it on his crotch and flipping people off and telling everyone that this town sucks. And it was like this wrestling is awesome. Like it was so much fun. Like people were jumping out of their chairs. Like I thought the balcony was gonna break. It was like amazing. Like if you get a chance to go see professional wrestling, you should go. If you get a chance to see an independent professional wrestling show, you should go see that, because that's amazing. That's and they're really trying to sell it too, because they're all trying to get back or make it big. You know what I mean? So
right, yeah, exactly. It's like the miners.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can find some real gems in it. That's cool, man. I've been to one wrestling match. It was a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night Thunder. I was like 18 years old. My dad and I went.
Yeah.
But we could spend another hour on this, but you and I talked yesterday, and I just want to mention that Mr. McMahon, I think it's called, is on Netflix.
Yep.
For anyone who remembers watching the WWF, WWE, that's really fun to watch. It's, I guess, fun, and I don't know. It's fucked up too, because it's not. Long story short, there's a lot of good wrestling history in there that I've really enjoyed, and then there's this whole side of, is Mr. McMahon a piece of shit? Well, that's whatever. But anyway, I was really caught up because I missed a lot of that shit that happened. I watched wrestling in the mid '90s, then I joined the military and didn't have a lot of access. I remember my roommates paid $100 some odd for a SummerSlam, and didn't pay me the fucking money, and I didn't get to watch it. Like, so and then I was done with wrestling. I was like, fuck wrestling, which had nothing to do with the wrestlers. I got fucked over by some assholes, and I didn't want to watch it anymore. I was like, $100 for SummerSlam? This is crazy. But it's really cool that you saw that, and I just coincidentally watched all that wrestling shit. Wrestling is making a comeback, and it's like snowboarding or skateboarding or anything else where people work on tricks. It's evolved. Mm-hmm. So since wrestling was kind of on the back burner for a while, and like you're going to see it, it's neat that you're kind of like reconnecting to it and seeing what evolutions have been made. Like you said, a 400-pound dude flew through the two ropes. I've never seen that. I couldn't imagine having the balls to fucking do that, to hurl yourself and hope it. Obviously, he made a few mistakes learning that trick. So it's just, there's no skateboard, there's no snowboard, there's no guitar. It's just you throwing your body at another human being in different ways. And that's been going on for 80 years, I don't know, and to see it evolve, that'd be really cool to check it out. So I'm jealous that you got to see that. I know you invited me, and I fucked that up, but I'm glad you saw some kick-ass wrestling. That you sold me, and now I want to go.
Yeah, it's cool, and I had a good time. Even if you don't like I brought Callie and her sister Taryn, and they're not like super into wrestling or anything, but like, especially like Callie's sister, she was like, "That is the funnest thing I've ever been to." And I'm
That's
like,
cool.
I've never had a better time at doing something like that. She was like, that was amazing. I'm not like a wrestling fan. Like, yeah, it's just, it hooks you right in. As soon as I was having a good time before they started wrestling, like there was like announcements and then like people and then music and then people cheering and everyone was like doing the same cheers and like I was just like, this, I'm already having a good time. Like it hasn't even started, you know?
That's great, man. Yep. Have to check out some wrestling. So if you remember wrestling and, look around, see if the dudes are coming through your town.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So I think we got a little bit of time to squeeze in an unfortunate topic.
Yeah. So we Alex and I go through the internet, find a video or something to talk about. So we found a video. I'm just going to call it out here. Oh, excuse me. I'm playing it to give you all a heads up on what we're watching. The video is titled, what is it? Jake. Oh, I don't know. Turtle Problems is the name of the video. So what Alex and I have been looking at the last couple of days is a video of a human person in America dressed in a turtle costume crossing a sidewalk at turtle like speeds.
And on all fours.
Oh, yes, around. Thank you. On all fours. I'm watching him ever so slowly cross at an intersection. People are stopping their cars. It's a four-way stop. And they're honking and whatnot. A woman is yelling, starting to yell at the guy because he's going really slow, dressed in a turtle costume. He's almost to the halfway mark now. She's getting out of the car. And many people are filming this shit. This is broad daylight, American suburban town. This guy just decided to be a turtle. And he's backing up. It's daytime, so he's backing people up. This woman's pointing. This is the only part of the video I think some of this shit might be staged, but I just don't have any idea anymore. It's either that or bad acting. What's the difference? But in any case, the best part of this video is he's almost across the fucking street. But they decide, these people that are, that he's slowing down or backing up here, they're trying to one of them's trying to get him to get his ass out of the road, stand up and move on. And so the turtle turns around. Instead of continuing, he's almost to the sidewalk on the other side, but the woman, scares him because it's a turtle. So the turtle turns around and starts slowly crawling back the other way, only to take up more time. And another person shows up and she's like, hey, he's just a turtle, leave him alone. She's like, it's not a turtle, it's a man. And then she pushed him over by accident. Now he's stuck on his back. And his legs are up in the air, his arms are in the air, and no one can help him. And that's the video. So it must have gone on longer than that. The video ends with him upside down on his shell in the middle of the street doing this shit. That is a future unfortunate. That's us. That's got our name all over it. This is great. This is the good side of the fucked up world we live in.
Well, I mean, I think the reason why we chose this video is because, like at the top of the show, Tony was listening about all this unfortunate shit that's actually happening in the world that affects all of us in ways. And, maybe you just need to watch a video of somebody in a turtle costume crossing the road. I don't know. Like, you need to just be like, just take a break and watch this stupid video, because that's what it's there for. It's there just for you to zone out and be like, all right,
But I mean, if one were to think about it for a second, let's play the role of the guy in the turtle costume. What happened? What brought him to this? And how much fuck you do you have to have? And also Zen-like calm to be like, I hate society so much that I'm going to get in a fucking turtle costume and I'm going to play it to the hilt. Like, Oscar-worthy performance.
It's people really want views and likes, you know.
And I guess, good question. Would this happen if there wasn't an internet?
I think to a certain extent, because I think I got a little bit in that in me, you know, just to cause a spectacle. But I don't know if I would do it nowadays. Maybe if maybe like 15 years ago, when I was a bit younger and stupid and had a little bit of a little bit more piss and vinegar in me. But nowadays, it's like I just feel like that turtle didn't get shot because the person that wouldn't shoot that a person that would shoot a person in a turtle costume just wasn't there. You know, there's people there's like, I can't take it. I'm late for everything. Fuck this. I'm going to jail, and just starts shooting the turtle or runs over the turtle. I'm just saying. Maybe that's why one of the reasons why I wouldn't personally do it nowadays. You know.
Right, but you bring up a valid point. I mean, this is something that could happen in court. If you're playing a turtle and someone runs you over because turtles get run over, that's not a crime.
Right? You'd be like,
Just
no,
saying.
I thought that was a real turtle. Like, I thought that was like one of those giant tortoises, you know?
If he were alive today, Judge, he would tell you that he identified as a turtle. I identified as a driver of a Ford fucking station wagon, and I rode his ass over because I was late getting to the nun house.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
It'll work. You got to be careful being these fucking. I understand people commit to their character these days, but be careful what your character is. If your character will not get in, if killing your character is not a crime, choose a different character.
I'm just saying, like, a big reason why that turtle person, didn't get ran over is just because that psycho person just wasn't in traffic today. That's all. Or they were like a couple cars behind, you know, like, or they forgot their gun. Like, they're just like, that person wasn't there, so that's why that person's still alive. Is what I'm saying, you know.
I can tell you what would happen to me if I was a part of that situation. I would get pissed off for whatever the fuck is going on up there and why are we stuck at a stop sign. I would get impatient and drive around going up the wrong lane of traffic. I would then realize that there was a human turtle in the way, but I would have already hit him by accident because I'm impulsive and I drive too fast. So I would have hit this human turtle, and then I would have been the only one at the intersection who didn't know it was a fucking joke and it was staged and planned for a week for a video. Now I'm the asshole who's going to jail for killing Timmy the real turtle.
Yeah.
Human turtle, whatever the fuck. Yeah, so just be careful. I mean, in all seriousness, be fucking careful out there. You know what I mean? You got people dressing up as characters who want to play it to the hilt. Be careful. They wouldn't do this shit if there wasn't likes involved. It would take another 100 years before we would just figure this out on our own. Be like, I could get a turtle costume and just fuck with people. But because there's views involved, people are thinking about this shit on steroids. They're like, I need it right now. I got to pay rent. What can I do? Like, and to commit to your character like that, to even turn around and go the other way and then flip over on your back. I mean, fucking genius. Why is this person not in the movies? Or maybe they got laid off. Maybe there's an actor strike and we're looking at Ben Affleck over here. I don't know who it was. But it'd be funny if it was a real actor. It's like, you went back in the movie business after what you did? All right, here's what you got to do. Get your ass out there in that turtle costume and show me you still got it. Let's go, Matt Damon. Out there now.
Let's go, Matt Damon. He'd make a good turtle. He'd do it.
He would.
Yeah.
He would. Oh, shit. So, yeah, hopefully that lightened up your day. If shit sucks for you and you're able to watch this, there's a guy rolling around in a turtle costume taking it way too seriously.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Perfect. Turtle video done.
Right.
Love it. Brings us to the song, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't fear hell by Shellac.
Yep. Name of the band Shellac. Name of the song is "I Don't Fear Hell." And what'd you think, Tony? It was my suggestion, so I'll ask you what you thought about it.
I think it's pretty cool. I really like the bass, like bam, 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 bam,
Yeah.
bam, just keep that bass line. I really like that. But obviously dark as shit. The song and but like to me, it just reminds. It feels like sarcasm.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, that's like really like he's just like if I the lyrics are really the song's slow but heavy. You
Hmm.
know, it's just like you're not going to necessarily want to go too crazy and jump through a plain glass window listening to this, but it definitely makes you think about throwing a trash can at a moving car. You know,
Yeah.
but it's the lyrics are what got me because there's not a lot of them. He keeps repeating this stuff, but he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't fear hell. I hope that what did he say? If there's a hell, I'm going to know everyone. I'm murdering the
Yeah.
lyric, but he
He
says that.
says
Sorry,
he
go ahead.
says something something something. When this is all over, I'll leap into my grave like the arms of a lover.
Yeah,
If there's a heaven, I hope they're having fun. If there's a hell, I'll know everyone.
right.
That's like the yeah, like you said, there's not a lot of lyrics, but he repeats it. That's basically what he was saying. He was saying something, something, something. That was part of it, by the way. Something, something, something. Um, um, but the cool thing, it's cool. It's actually not cool. Well, it's funny. He'd think it's cool. Never mind. It's fucking. You know what's fucking cool is they put out this album, the band Shellac, and the singer, um, he Steve Albini, he
Yeah.
passed away. He died 10 day. I think let's say a week and a half after the album came out. Week and a half after, maybe like 8 to 9 days after the album got released, he passed away. Died of a heart attack. He was 60 something, I think.
Damn.
But it's just ironic because this song is about that. Like,
I didn't know that. That puts more to it. Yeah.
yeah, I'll leap into my grave like into the arms of a lover.
He fucking
Like,
asked for that shit.
yeah, he did. Like,
God's like, you got it, buddy.
yeah. If there's a heaven, I hope they're having fun. If there's a hell, I'll know everyone. Like, well, you got it, pal.
I sure hope that wasn't just a mood he was in. God took him seriously. Steve, not coming in. Got it.
Yeah, yep.
I
uh,
I got to point out my favorite part of this song is totally random, but I listen to the majority of this shit usually when I'm in the gym, so I'm focusing on working out, and then I hear things and I'm like, wait, what? So I was in the middle of lifting something and I almost dropped the weight. For some reason, there's one line in the song where he says, I don't fear hell. And it just says out of nowhere, he says, baseball team is undefeated.
yeah.
I'm like, what is that? What? I was like, almost hit my
Yeah. It's a reference
It
to
doesn't. He doesn't
something.
follow it up with anything, and he doesn't say. It's just
Yeah. It's a
hell.
reference to something like I don't know if it's a
It
movie or
is.
something.
It is a. People say that in passing. It used to be a slogan. I used to hear that
Okay.
like batting 1,000, baseball team, something like. But it was just such. It's kind of a stretch of a reference. Not everyone. I didn't even. I've
Yeah.
only heard it in passing, so I was like, wait, is he?
Right. It was
Is he
I know
saying that hell's on point? Like,
yeah. I know what the part of the song you're talking about, and it is pretty random and
yeah,
like
he doesn't say it again. It's just
yeah.
baseball teams undefeated.
Beat
I'm
it,
like,
yeah.
what? Are you pro hell right now? And then you die? Okay.
Yeah. No, knowing a little bit about Steve Albini, probably, yeah, yeah,
Well, it was a cool song. Honestly, I thought it was neat.
yeah. No, it's a good song. It's a lot like a lot of Shellac songs, like kind of disjointed sounding, not like a flowing song. It
Right,
like has that like
right.
like and it stops. It sounds It sounds like if you took a song and you rolled it down the stairs. That's what it sounds like. Like it's like
Now play it.
yeah, it just
Sounds
sounds
better.
like if someone could physically scoop up a song while it's playing and roll it down a big flight of stairs. That's what it sounds like.
Well, a little bit about the band. It kind of matches how the songs are made. When they were a band, they didn't give a shit either. They
yeah.
recorded whatever the fuck they wanted. They were known for, as far as touring is concerned, they didn't tour. They didn't tour. They only toured when they wanted, and they only toured where they wanted. They
Yep.
didn't tour in hot markets. They toured in places they personally wanted to go take vacations. So the band, like the song, the whole mindset is we don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing. I like that. I like to read that. It was like, yeah, they didn't. They even like, you know what? I hear Dayton, Ohio's got some good roller coasters. Let's play there. like,
Yeah.
like that's how
I
they put
think
their schedule together.
I think yeah, and that's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't a manager being like, "This is where the money is," but they're like, "No, no, no. I know this chick named Stacy in Cleveland. We're gonna go there." Like,
yeah.
she'll put us up for the night, like shit like that. They got a
Um,
pottery barn in Arkansas. Let's go there.
yeah, I mean that's how they were, and that's how Steve Albini was like, because he recorded bands like that. He put like he was a producer, like he recorded, he had a studio, and if it was like a, because I think he did a, I could be completely wrong, but I think he did a couple Nirvana albums, and like he charged them a lot of money because they were famous and they had the money, and then he also did like small bands that people never heard of that are still touring in a band playing shows for like 60, 80 people or whatever, and he would charge them significantly less. So I think that was cool because he wasn't like, I'm a big name, this is my flat rate. He was like, no, like if you got a bunch of money you could afford it, so you should pay it. But if you don't have a bunch of money, you can't afford it, you shouldn't pay it, but you should
Yeah,
still get a
that's
record.
really cool.
You
That's
should
very
still get
cool.
a record. And I think that's, yeah, it's like, yeah, you got a huge name and you got fucking crazy money. Yeah, fucking come on, give it to me. It's still probably cheaper than like Rick Rubin or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's probably significantly cheaper than him, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool and respectable.
I was literally about to say there's still good people in the world, but then I realized he's dead. So
Hey, yeah,
guess
yeah,
not.
yep,
You don't get the Steve Albini discount, okay? He's out of here. So
yeah.
full price, motherfucker.
Yeah, man, good song, and it's a good album too. If people out there listen to it.
Well, I wanted to focus on just the one because I know I can wander off. Me and my ADD take everything for a walk. So I was like, "Well, just talk about this one song. I won't look anything else up. I promise." And I did it. That's all I
Oh,
did.
hey,
I was like, I did want to
congratulations,
read
man.
up on him though, and I always like to find something interesting about a band. It's like, and I thought that the work, the how they handled their touring was interesting. But
Yeah,
that was
and
a cool
they're
song.
their own. They were their own stage hands too. They would dress up in like overalls and stuff, and then they wouldn't act like they were in the band. They would go onto the stage and they would set up their own equipment. They kind of play like they kind of play characters and act like they are their own stage hands and
Right.
set up the stage and the instruments, and they would go backstage, take it off, put on their normal
Hmm.
clothes, and yeah. And it
Right.
was cool. Steve Albini, he was the singer and guitar player, and he did things unique. Like he used like metal guitar picks, so it sounded like shit, kind of like dang, 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 like that's why his guitar sounds like that, because he's playing with a metal guitar pick. And you know how you would see someone hold a guitar with the straps over their shoulders,
Yeah.
clipped onto like the guitar like that, and over the shoulders. He took a guitar strap and put it around his waist like a fanny pack, so the guitar was like sucked tight to his body like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a weird like thing that you wouldn't really notice, but I watched a lot of videos. I'm like, oh, of them playing live. I'm like, that's unusual. That's a very like unique thing. Like, no, I like to do it this way. This is me. This is what I like to do. You know, and I think that's who he was, and that's what Shellac was. They were like, they fit into a category of music, but they were like also kind of like rebels in that circle,
Sure.
you know, in that community.
Yeah.
They did it differently. They did it way differently, and
I like that.
yeah, they did it till the end. I don't think they're going to be a band anymore because like Steve Albini was like, you know, that was
right.
But yeah, good
But
album.
he
Right to
did
the
it
end.
his way.
Yeah. But yeah, man, good song, good band, funny stories with them. Yeah, like it.
Yeah, exactly. A band with personality.
Yeah, man, got to have that.
Well, let's see if we can find another one for the next show.
All right.
You got your lucky wheel? There it is. All right. So let's see here. We have this habit of having shit on this list, you know, forever. So maybe we'll see. But where we're at right now, number 1, we have Fist City with Loretta Lynn. Number 2 is Tupac with Only God Can Judge Me. Number 3 is this band I found called Salt with a U. Their song Wildfires, I really like that. Number 4 is An Empty Space. Number 5 is Menomina with Muscle and Flow. Number 6 is Metallica with Call of Cthulhu. We'll murder the shit out of that. Number 7 has been replaced. It was Shellac. Now it's Cattle Decapitation with the song Karma, Bloody Karma. Obviously, that was picked by Alex. Number 8 is Nothing, Empty Space. Number 9 is Buzzard Fight with New World Vultures. And to round it all out, number 10, Sharon Jones with Pass Me By.
Cool. All right. Let's see what we got. 1.
All right. Fucking A. Good. Finally. We landed on number 1. That is going to be Fist City by Loretta Lynn. Yes. I'm excited about this song. I'm excited for you all to hear it. It's a short song. Please don't be lazy. Listen to the fucking thing. I promise it's good. If you're going down to Fist City, come on, man. It's a woman talking. The woman, she's literally telling women, if you're going to hit on my man, I'm going to whoop your ass. That's it. So if you don't want to listen to that, then oh well. We're going to talk about it in the next episode anyway.
Who is it by again?
Fist City by Loretta Lynn, a.k.a. the coal miner's daughter. And to tie it all together, ironically enough, she's the one who sung that song, Portland, Oregon, with who? None other than Jack motherfucking White. So how about that? Marry that shit together. We got Loretta Lynn in the end of the show. We got Jack White in the beginning, and we live in Portland, Oregon. So tie all that shit together. Pretty cool.
Beautiful little knot.
So yeah, we're going to talk about Loretta Lynn on the next show. She was a kick-ass woman, in my opinion. So look into it. Give it a listen. I'll let Alex close us out.
Yeah. If you'd like to suggest a song, and please do, you go to Instagram, tipfu69, slip into the DMs and do that. In the most popular way, well, it used to be anyway, the most popular way is go to YouTube, our channel, and go to the most recent episode on YouTube, and in the comment section you can leave your suggestion for a song by a band. And that being said, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, bye-bye.